The harsh truth with the climate is that we're going to need to focus on local adaptive measures and let those who won't accept science deal with the consequences. So, we're going to see more emissions, we're going to see more coal, we're going to see, like, this is not going to reverse. This is going to get worse. So, the people that don't want to deal with the people that don't want to take steps to reverse the problem are going to have to deal with the consequences. People in India are, well, let's not blame the people in India for the election in the United States. Let's focus on the United States. The Midwest is going to wash into the sea. Okay? They're going to have worse rains, worse flooding, and they're voting against their interests, and this is what we're going to have to deal with. Okay? They're going to wash into the Gulf of Mexico, and they can take it up with their fucking God. Okay? We can't be sitting around trying to build a consensus anymore. We need to focus on taking action. So California needs to be focusing on desalination because they're going to run out of water. New York needs to be focusing on seawalls because they're going to flood. And if these dumbasses in Oklahoma and Missouri and Louisiana want to wash into the Gulf or think that it's not going to happen because their God will save them, then they're going to have to make that bet. And they're going to have to deal with the consequences. Maybe their descendants will drop the superstition. They will look at what happened to their parents and their grandparents, and they will say that this did not help us, that this God does not exist. They're not listening, they're not evolving, they're not moving forward. Let them die. We had this debate, it's over, and we're just going to have to start leaving people behind. We can't be sitting around trying to build consensus anymore. We need to focus on local concerns. So if you live in New York, stop worrying about the presidency. Stop worrying about your Congress. Focus on the city. Focus on the state. There's lots of money in New York. You can build a seawall in New York, and frankly, it's probably a better idea to have it under the control of the city than it is to have it under the control of the federal government for obvious reasons. If you live in California, you want to look at local adaptive measures, desalination plants, ways to reroute water sources. And you're going to want to focus on your state governments, your municipal governments. Forget about the federal government. It's not going to help you. The emissions will continue. The problem will get worse. You're going to have to adapt. In Canada, frankly, I can't think of anywhere in Canada that's going to be negatively affected. But if you live on the coast in the States, I mean, God forbid if you live in Texas, right? Hurricanes, floods, droughts. Texas is going to be hit brutally. But where is the epicenter of the American oil industry? Where is the epicenter of the American Bible Belt? Like I say, let them die. They can take it up with their fucking God.